This is the Big Short movie in 7 personal finance lessons. When I watched the movie for the first time, I was struck by how the protagonist didn't follow the herd and instead did their own research to make investment decisions. That really resonated with me, as I had always been taught to save my money and invest it in a traditional and safe manner, such as value investing. Many people are hesitant to invest their money because they don't understand the financial markets and are also afraid of losing their hard-earned money. This fear of losing money often leads to people keeping their money in low-interest savings accounts or not investing at all, which can result in missed opportunities for growth and financial security. The answer to this problem is to educate people on the basics of personal finance and investing, similar to the lessons taught in The Big Short. This can be done through various means, such as workshops, online courses, or even educational videos like the one we just created. Hey there, it's Alex here, and today I want to talk about one of my favorite movies, The Big Short, and how it can teach us some valuable lessons about personal finance and budgeting. And by the way, subscribing to our channel is like adding extra cheese to your pizza. It just makes everything better. So, if you are ready to learn, grab a bowl of popcorn, sit back, and let's get started. The Big Short is a movie about the financial crisis of 2008, but it's not your typical Wall Street movie. It's a story about a few individuals who saw the writings on the wall and bet against the housing market. And as we watch the story unfold, there are 7 valuable lessons that we can all learn. So let's dive into these 7 lessons, starting with number 1. Don't follow the herd. In the movie, we see that everyone is investing in the housing market, and it seems like the safest bet. But our protagonists see things differently. They did their research and realized that the housing market is built on a bubble that's about to burst. Now, I know we've all heard the saying, safety is in numbers, but when it comes to investing, that might not always be the case. I mean, think about it. Everyone was investing in the housing market back in the early 2000s, and it seems like a sure thing. But our characters in The Big Short saw things different. They didn't blindly follow the herd, but instead they did the research and realized that the housing market was built on a bubble. You see, folks, when everyone is doing the same thing, it's easy to get swept up in the hype and think that it's the only way to go. But sometimes the best investment strategy is to zag when everyone else is zigging. So don't be a sheep, my friends. Do your own research and invest in things that make sense to you. And remember, just because everyone is doing it doesn't mean it's the right thing to do. I don't want to be a downer, but the reality is that following the herd can sometimes lead to some pretty disastrous results. I mean, just look at the housing market crash of 2008. That was a herd mentality gone wrong. So the lesson here is to think for yourself, do your own research, and don't be afraid to take a contrarian view. Who knows? You might just end up making a killing like our heroes in The Big Short. Moving on to lesson number 2. Be patient. You see, in the movie, our protagonists didn't make their millions overnight. They had to wait for the right time to strike. And the same goes for investing. I know we all want to get rich quick, but let's face it, that's just not how investing works. It takes time, effort, and most importantly, patience. I mean, I get it. Waiting can be hard, especially when we are bombarded with ads promising us quick and easy riches. But the truth is, there is no such a thing as get rich quick scheme. It takes time and patience to see real returns on your investment. So take a deep breath and be patient. The market will go up and down, and there will be ups and downs. But if you stay the course and stick to your investment plan, you'll see the results over time. And hey, while you are waiting, you can always use the time to learn more about investing, research different investment strategies, and even make some tweaks to your portfolio. Remember, knowledge is power, and the more you know, the better your investment decisions will be. Time is your friend when it comes to investing. Be patient and wait for the right opportunity. Lesson number 3. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. In the movie, our protagonists didn't just invest in one thing. They diversified their portfolio to minimize their risks. And that's a lesson we can all learn. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Invest in a mix of assets to spread your risks. Alright folks, let's talk about the 4th lesson we can learn from The Big Short. Don't be afraid to ask questions. In the movie, we see that our characters didn't just blindly invest in things they didn't understand. They asked questions and did their research, even if it made them look foolish at times. Now, I know it can be intimidating to ask questions, especially when it comes to money. But the truth is, the only way to gain knowledge is to ask questions. Think back to your school days, when you had a question in class. What did you do? You raised your hand and asked, right? It's the same thing when it comes to investing. If you don't know something, just ask. There is no shame in not knowing everything. And here's the thing, folks. Asking questions can actually save you money in the long run. I mean, think about it. Would you rather look foolish for a moment or lose a lot of money because you didn't ask questions? So don't be afraid to speak up, even if it seems like a silly question. You never know, that question might just lead to a valuable piece of information. And hey, if you don't feel comfortable asking in person, you can always turn to the internet for answers. There are plenty of online resources available to help you gain knowledge about investing. Knowledge is power, and the only way to gain knowledge is to ask questions. Lesson number 5. Be prepared for the unexpected. In the movie, we see that even our characters who bet against the housing market didn't predict everything that happened. There were still unexpected events that came up, and they had to adapt. I don't mean to be a downer, but the reality is that life is full of surprises, and that includes the world of investing. It's important to have an emergency fund, just in case the unexpected happens. Whether it's a sudden medical expense or a major car repair, having an emergency fund can help you weather the storm without derailing your long-term financial plans. And here's the thing, folks. Being prepared for the unexpected isn't just about having an emergency fund. It's also about having a solid investment strategy that can withstand market volatility. Remember, the market will go up and down, and unexpected events can cause fluctuations in the market. But if you have a well-diversified portfolio and a long-term investment plan, you can weather the storm. Think of it like an umbrella in the rain. It might not keep you completely dry, but it will definitely help. Lesson number 6. Stay informed. In the movie, we see that our protagonist didn't just invest and forget about it. They stayed informed about what was happening in the market. And that's a lesson we can all learn. Stay informed about your investments and don't be afraid to make changes when necessary. Knowledge is power, and the more you know, the better your investment decisions will be. Alright folks, let's talk about the 7th and final lesson we can all learn from The Big Short. Learn from your mistakes. In the movie, we see that our characters made mistakes, but they didn't let these mistakes define them. They learned from them and moved on. Now, I know making mistakes can be tough, especially when it comes to investing. But the truth is, everyone makes mistakes. Even the most successful investors have had their fair shares of failures. The key is not to let those mistakes hold you back. Instead, use them as a learning opportunity. And here's the thing, folks. Learning from your mistakes doesn't just apply to investing. It applies to all aspects of life. Whether it's a mistake in your personal life or a mistake at work, it's important to learn from it and use it as an opportunity to grow. So don't beat yourself up over your mistakes. Instead, embrace them and use them as a stepping stone to future success. Think of it like a stumble that turns into a graceful recovery. It might not be perfect, but it's a progress. We all make mistakes, but the important thing is to learn from them and keep moving forward. So there you have it, guys. 7 valuable lessons we can all learn from The Big Short. I hope you found this video informative and entertaining. And now, I'd love to hear from you. Do you have any personal finance tips that you swear by? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell to be notified when we release new videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.